Okay, we are recording. We are YouTube live. Okay, everybody up. So we're going to do some shoulder opening. The beginning of this is going to seem nothing like normal yoga, yeah? All right, so you have these little heavy purple balls that we're not going to pick up yet. You don't have to use these at home, but they're helpful. They only weigh 2 pounds. So I'm going to say that now. You can do it with something that weighs even less, or you don't need it at all when we get to it. And we're going to use a yoga strap and a TheraBand. Blocks are in case you need them. We may use them a little bit, and that's about it. So that's what you're going to want to have to start. Yeah? All right, here we go. So you're going to start with the legs pretty wide. Think of a horse stance. Turn your toes out a little bit, and then bend the knees. Put your hands, fingers facing in, right? So your lats attach from the lumbar. They come underneath and attach to the upper arm. We're going to use that understanding of the anatomy of the lats to stretch the back. So you're going to roll the right shoulder forward as far as you can. Keep the right arm straight as you can. That's like a tricep extension, pressing the knee away. And then drop your head down, suck the belly up. Try not to squeeze your butt a lot. It's not a tuck, it's just a lift in the belly. Hold. And then roll back. Good, other side. Roll the shoulder forward. Focus on pushing the knee away a little bit. Think of sending your ribs across. And then switch. Roll the other shoulder forward, head in, belly up. Good. And switch, go as far toward a straight arm as you can. Good. Now from the side, I'm going to show you. Keeping the shoulder across. Think of lifting your belly up, hollowing out, like somebody just picked you up by the underside of your ribcage. And then let that go. Let your butt hang all the way back. Stay on one side for this. Do it again. Other side, you're going to pick the belly up, not squeezing the butt to tuck tail, picking the belly up. Then let your butt hang back so your core gets long. Okay? Let's add some breath here as you go side to side. You're going to inhale through center while ribs are really open. Exhale across. Let the butt drop back. Inhale through center. Exhale across. Press the knee wider. Inhale through center. Exhale across. Good. On your next one, you're going to hold. Turn your head in the direction you're going. So if you've got your right shoulder across, you're going to turn the head left. Switch. Turn your head in the direction you're going. Lift your low belly, and then let it hang out. Switch. Turn your head in the direction you're going. Lift the low belly, let the tail drop, and then let it hang out. Come back to center. Even it up. I don't know where you are at in your back and forth. Come back. Good. Press your legs to straight. Bring it all the way up. Turn toes toward closest to the parking lot. My left, your right out. Let's have a warrior 2. Heel cutting right through the arch of the opposite foot. Toes are forward on the opposite side. Arms come up. Let's make your little yoga gun. But always laughs at that little oxymoron. Okay? But I like it. You're really going to pull the thumbs out into an L. Don't let them stay collapsed in. And you're going to reach as high as you can. Your hips go to the left. Your arms go up and over in the same direction the hips are going. Okay, so you should be going toward the back leg. Yep, not the one that's turned out. Suck the belly and lift up. Exhale, hips go the other way, the kind of abnormal way in this, and then go up and over in that direction. Feel like the hand you're going this way with is pulling the other one up to lengthen those ribs, then over. Pick it back up, then over. Try to get the arms behind your head. Keep the belly lifted. So my hips are to my right, my arms are to my right. To you it looks like I'm going left. Up and over, go the other way. Good, and then roll through. Bring the arms forward, head down, suck your belly back, and bring it up. Good. All right, stay center, arms out. Hips go all the way to your left, my right. Reach long in your side, bring your hand to your ankle. Keep this easy. Bottom side long. Okay. You're going to make the bottom side short on purpose. Hips go toward the arm pulls toward the hips, then send it back. Good. Bottom side short on purpose. Shoulder to hips, and then send it back. One more time, bottom side short, arm overhead. Stretch the top side. And then let it come back. Bring the arm up, come all the way up. Hand to the back leg. Don't try to invert your knee, not too much pressure there. Arm comes up and over, lift the belly. If you can open your chest, you can bring the arm back. Bring it back up and come all the way up. Good, how are we doing? Okay. Good. Leave hips toward the front leg, toward your toes forward leg. Okay, and we're going to put hand on the shoulder. I want you to feel your collarbone. So I have left hand on right shoulder, you're going to have right hand on left. This side is pushing that way on purpose to get your leg out of your way. You're going to make circles with the arm. Let your ribs turn. keep your belly sucked in. You're stabilizing the ribs just a little, and you're letting your body open in the direction the arm is going. So my arm's going backwards. I'm going to let my chest turn that way. And then let it swing through. Keep a lift in your belly. Keep regular breath. Keep lifting your quads up, belly up. Let the tail drop under. One more. Let it swing loose. You're trying to loosen up the shoulder. Good, now slow it down. When you reach up, reach out to the side. Good, then take it back. Reach up. Take it back. Reach up. Take it back. Good, switch. Go backwards to front. Reach up. Make sure your ribs open. Reach up. Good, 2 more. Feel the collarbone move. The collarbone should not be stuck. It should rotate. It comes across and attaches to that acromion process in the shoulder blade. It can't stay stuck while the rest of the shoulder moves. Good. Hips to the right again. Arms out. Come forward. Bend your front knee. Set the elbow on the knee. Think of using your back leg like a rudder on a boat. You're going to pull the foot back, like you're pulling your mat backwards to push the hip forward. Arm arcs over your head. The bottom hip reaches back to the back leg. Good, and we bring it up and over. 10 fingers, press the front leg just straight. If you can't do that here, grab your blocks and just drop down over that front leg. Breathe. All right, bring it all the way back up. You're going to heel toe the front foot to the back of your mat. The back foot's going to hop to the front of your mat. I guess it's side to side, but you're basically staggering your legs so that you can roll the back hip forward into a warrior one. Your back toes are going to turn forward as well. Your hips are going to square off this way. Good. Try to keep the front leg straight. Feet are pretty wide, so it's easy to square the hips. Let's just roll open and closed a few times. You can put hands on hips wherever you want. Try to keep your legs straight. Make this all happen in the hips and the SI joints. Roll open by pushing the front leg, roll closed, turning to face. Now leave it closed, suck the belly up, finish the twist. Good, you're going to bring the arms open in a twist. Palms out. You got it, just reach forward, back, that's perfect. So you're turning your back, up to me. Good. We're going to make circles here, you guys are going to kill me. Start with hands together. You're going to go in the direction you just were. The hand, my left, your right, is going to go back. It's going to graze along this front leg and then come back up. It's like you're playing a guitar on your own hip. And then really circle it, turning your chest away from me. The other arm reaching forward. Get the ribs to open. You guys are going to totally hate this. Some of these movements are from Cirque or circus schools. Minus the yoga stance. Okay, now we're going to try to have the arms go the opposite directions. So, you're going to keep that arm going in that direction that it was already going in. The other one's going to try to go opposite to it. The easiest way to do this is to have them cross past each other, drop one down, the other up, and then circle through. It's really hard to do, right? Mm-hmm. So if you get stuck, just go back to the one and play your guitar. And keep turning your ribs that way. As you get better at it, there's a rotation to it. This is really hard for you. All right, come back to center. Good. Bend the front knee. That's good. Bring your right arm across. Bring your other hand to your back leg if you can reach, if not to your sacrum. Good. Suck the belly back into your sacrum. Pull into that twist. I want to see this shape in your spine for right now. Then push the hip flexor forward and sit into it further. Good. Bring it back up. Feet back to center. How are we doing? Good. Yeah? All right, we're going to warrior 2 feet the other way. So open toward me, so they're all facing the same way. Turn around, because I think that would have been the same leg now. I don't know, I'm confused. Anyway, face me and do these toes this way, because then I think you're going to be on the other side. Good, okay. Yeah?
Yeah,
Does
right.
it feel different? Yeah. Okay, we'll take it. Hands up, make your little yoga gun. You can just hook the thumbs around, different style, but I feel like you can pull harder when you got the gun. Okay, reach up. You don't have to call it a gun either if you don't like that. Hips go toward the back leg. I'm calling this your front leg because we're warrior 2, right? So hips go toward the back leg. Your back hand pulls up to get you to pull out of those front ribs and go up and over to the back. You can add little pulses with your hands backwards if you want to get the back of the upper back and shoulders a little. Then come up. Other way. Hips to the front leg. Pull with the front hand up. So I'm pulling now with my right hand, pulls up on my left to go right. Fingers are the opposite. Bring it back up. Hips to the back, hands to the back. Good. You can go through this at your own pace. Inhaling through center, exhaling in your curve. Get tall and long. All right, hold in the middle, arms out, hips forward toward the front leg, yeah? Keep this arm here. We're gonna hold the collarbone, make sure it moves. The other way to do this that I like is to stabilize with the other arm. I'm just having you touch your collarbone, because if the shoulder blade here is gonna come up the side of the ribs, behind the ribs, and down, this has to move. Collarbone can't stay static, yeah? That's why we're touching it. It should reach up. Exaggerate the ups. You're reaching out of your ribs. That's also why we have the hips toward the front leg to make the side longer, yeah? Gotta sweep through it. Let your ribs turn a little. Keep your breath smooth. Keep your belly lifted. Keep your quads lifted. Feet active. You can lift toes, but push ball of the foot down. Now go the other way. Let your chest open with that arm. So as your arm goes back, you're going to turn toward the back leg. Little turns. Keep the core lifted. And also just stabilize the other arm for the other shoulder work. All right, good. You guys feel shoulders warming up? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go. Hands out, hips back. Reach forward. Hand goes to ankle. Easy, easy, easy spot. Okay, and then pull the bottom hip and shoulder toward each other. Work the obliques a little bit. You can go ahead and take this arm overhead now. You get that stretch in the ribs, top side ribs. Then let the hip drop back. Bottom side long. Good. Pick it up again. Reach. Exhale, let it drop back. One more time. Pick it up. Let it drop back. Bring the arm up. All the way up. Good. Hand slides back. Front arm goes up first out of the ribs. Then over. Good. If you want to square off, you're going to turn the back hip forward a little bit as you rotate the top arm back and open. Eventually you can reach for that back leg and bring it back up. Good. Come all the way forward. Hands can cartwheel down. Come down over that front leg as much as you can. If you have to bend the knee here to keep from having a huge arc, go ahead and bend the front knee to send your hip, your sitting bone back. If you can keep it straight, or you can grab blocks. Breathe smoothly here. Feel your feet softly pulling them out apart. Try to dig through inner heel, inner feet, the index knuckle side of the foot. And come all the way back up. Good. How are we doing? Heel toe the front foot toward what I'm right now calling the back of your mat. Back foot toward the front. So you're just widening your stance, yeah? Mm-hmm. Turn the back hip forward. Okay, so warrior one hips where the hips close. You can even exaggerate it though, so you can go further. And then turn it back open. Try to keep legs straight so this action happens in the hips. Keep your belly lifted. It makes it a lot easier to move through your hips. Good. Breathe. Good. As you open, think of pressing that straight front leg away. As you close, press with your back leg. Then think of doing the opposite. When you close, think of pulling with the front leg. Pull with the back leg to open. All right, stay twisted, which means back hip forward. Lift your belly up. Bring your front arm, whatever front leg it is, mine's the right, yours are the left. Bring that back behind you, other arm forward. Okay, we're going to do a little playing the guitar thing here. So chest is open in the direction of your front leg. Sweeps. Keep your belly lifted. Try to reach out of your joint. Open your ribs when you go through this. Let your ribs rotate. Don't try to hold them still. Suck the belly up. Think about a steak going right through the center of your rib cage that your ribs get to rotate around. Breathe. If you need to bend your front knee, you can. Keep the belly lifted. Good. All right, do you want to try the opposing? You have to let the shoulders rotate through this. It's hard, so if you want to make sure you're doing it right, hands, if the back arm's going to go back, the front arm's going to go up. And the shoulders rotate to make
start at the top. I think that's the
You can start at the top, you can start at the front, anywhere where they're the same in the opposite direction.
If you start at the top, that's fine.
Let it go, no brain explosion. Let it go, let it go. Bend that front knee. Good. The secret is you have to let the ribs rotate. Because you're not going to get your arms. If you stay square, they have to go wide and then you can't make a circle. So you have to let your core There you go, Sharon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel the difference? Now you've got that little spiraling action in the rib cage. The shoulders will go a lot further.
Oh, yeah. Big difference.
Yeah. So that's got to be in the core. Yeah, kind of? Okay. Let's bend that front knee. Bring the arm across. The back hand goes toward the back leg, back hip, or the sacrum, whatever you can reach. Roll your shoulder back, but pull your belly into your hand at first. Try to stretch that back hip flexor. Straight leg, quad engaged, but pick your belly up. So round it first. Stretch this. Good. Then go back to what Joe's doing. Reach for the back leg, and you can bring your arm up to stretch out of those ribs. But you still have to keep the belly lifted. That's how we do that first. Okay, eventually you go 2 hands. All right, bring it up. How are we doing? Good. Heel toe back in, feet parallel. Grab your TheraBand. Okay. So, hold on at the ends. You don't have a TheraBand?
Nope.
Can you do TheraBand?
Nope.
It's just evil. Okay.
Something tells me it's not gonna be.
You're not gonna like it? You don't love it. Okay. It's Thera.
It's gotta be therapy.
It's got part of the word therapy in it. Well, how can you do that? Okay, so go ahead and wrap your hands in. This is gonna depend on how loose your shoulders are. So I'm gonna go tight. Okay?
Stop wrapping.
Stop wrapping. Start loose. Okay. So let's go wider than your stance is, or as wide as your stance to start. Pretty wide. Yeah? Bend your knees, horse stance. So you're gonna keep the knees bent, lift your belly up. You guys should feel like your feet are working. Like your lower legs are balancing you a little bit. Pick the belly up to drop the tail, which is different than squeezing your butt forward. That is not the same thing as pick the belly up to drop the tail. Okay, keeping your horse stance, arms come up. Good, you're gonna take the arms behind you, keep the belly lifted, bend your elbows, bend your wrists backwards. Good, your elbows come in and it feels like your elbows are driving the shoulder blades into the back of the ribs and up, but your belly's still lifted. You're not letting your low back feel this. Good, and then reach it back up. If that was easy and you felt like, well, I could just go through, you need another wrap, maybe 2. Okay, then try again. Pick your belly up at the top. Get really long here. Let's just do a couple side to side so you feel how it feels to pick up out of those ribs. Yep. Good, so when you're going to the side, you're picking up. Really picking up out of the side, yeah? Keep the low belly lifted. Okay, now pick up out of both sides. Super long, belly in. Take it back, reach back. You should not be able to just roll right through. You should be stuck a little bit. Then bend your elbows. Good, suck your belly back. Bend your knees a little deeper. Good, feel your upper back, not your lower back. With a couple exclamation marks behind it, yeah? Upper back here. Good. Now see if you can reach back. Good. If you have to finagle, like putting something weird on, you're too tight with your wrap. Bring it back up, elbows in, reach it up. Turn your wrists out and down, fingers over. Good, then turn them the other way. Wrists pull out. This is the way your shoulder is rotating. So you shouldn't have your wrists in, right? That goes with a forward rotation. We're rotating out. So fingers back. Good, shoulders back, belly lifted still, and I want butts out. Then bend. Now think about pulling your shoulders together, sending your elbows forward, hands back, and lifting your belly up. This should be getting difficult. Press into one leg. Good. Reach that arm up and over. The other one pulls down, hands are pulling back. Straight leg is the one you're going away from. There you go. Keep the belly in, pick it back up to bent knees and bent elbows. Straighten the one. That arm straightens up and over. Good, shoulder behind you, pick those ribs up. If you keep your ribs knit shut and then try to pick your elbow up, it doesn't feel good. Ribs have to open. Bring it back. Suck the belly in, reach the arms up, bring them forward. Good. All right, go behind you. Wrap it up. Again, this is going to depend on how open your shoulders are. So mine, you got to go behind you before you wrap. Okay. That can work. We'll go with it. Okay. So I kind of want your palms to be facing up and your knuckles to be facing down when you flip over. Okay, so you're going to have your feet wide enough that your head doesn't just rest on the floor, but it does come close. Your arms are going to try to reach over your head. If they don't fall forward, they're stuck straight up or stuck to you, you just need more width to let them fall. If they fall too easy, you need less width, more tension to hold them up. So as mine touch the floor, I'm going to heel toe in a little bit to be higher, and then drop. Head tucks in. Look up through your own legs, suck your ribs and belly up, and then bend the knees, let the ribs and belly hang down. Try to put the top of the head on the floor. Good. Press through your right leg. Send your hands to the right. Try to bring your ribs to the inside of your left leg as you twist. Switch. Good. Bring the arms across. Yep, you got it. Switch. You can twist as far as you want. If you can get your ribs to touch the thigh you're going toward, you can really open the top shoulder toward the ceiling. There you go. Ribs toward the thigh you're going toward. Pull with the bottom arm. Top shoulder toward the ceiling. Good.
That's good, yeah.
And bring it back. Let those hands drop, chin in. Yeah, you feel how big that twist can be? From the right place. So twist should always involve a shoulder blade migration. Twisting shouldn't be from a stiff upper body, yeah? Okay, when you're ready, we're going to bend the knees first. Suck your belly up, but leave your hands hanging over you as you roll up. How long can you keep the hands forward, belly lifted, and roll all the way up, shoulders down? How are we doing? Yeah? Okay, good. Let's get rid of that.
Good, real good.
I'm going to grab something a little less forgiving, and then we're going to go to the ground. And then it's going to start.
Less forgiving.
Yeah.
Less forgiving. Yeah, I actually said less forgiving. So you don't have to do this. You can stay with your TheraBand if you want. But now if the strap doesn't give, your shoulders have to, right? Or you just don't go anywhere, which is also fine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stay in a short, pretty short, kind of warrior 2 feet, heel to arch alignment, front to back foot. Good. And then bring the hands inside. Let's have this definitely more than shoulder width, probably almost the length of your own leg. I'm going to guess wider. Get a decent amount of muscle in your shoulders. And turn your hands to face out. Suck the belly up and send your hips to the back leg. The only reason I have this stance is because I feel like it's easier to pull your belly up here. I don't know if you guys do. And then you're going to try to pull this arm, the one that's going toward the back leg, up, and take your arms behind you. Good. Keep the belly in. If you stick your butt back for all of these, your low back's going to hurt. Now we're going to get over the neck, so you're going to drop your head forward. How far can you pull that arm behind your head, and then bring it back up? Switch the feet. Arm goes behind your head. Belly lifts. Keep the belly lifted. There's a little push through your back leg to help with that. If you're having trouble, bend the front knee. You're going to lift your belly a lot easier. Okay, bending the front knee helps you drop that front sitting bone back. Yeah, good. All right, come back to center. Okay, so we're going to do this standing, just to show you how hard it is. Then we're going to do it on the ground. Okay, hands inside, arms up and over. Lift your ribs, take them behind you. Hands should be able to get there. If they can't, you've got to loosen your strap. Keep the belly lifted, that's fine, you can bend, or you can loosen your strap by probably about 6 to 8 inches. Okay, good. Bring it back up, pull your core in, pull your ribs back, reach your arms forward, round into yourself to come all the way down. Once you're down, you're going to reach the arms forward and try to do the same thing, hanging your ribs to the floor. Your shoulders have to roll forward for your arms to come back up. So we did it standing to know it's possible. Okay, now to come back up, the shoulders rotate forward, collarbones rotate forward, then you should be able to get back through. Good, Sharon. You feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I think I missed something.
Come back up. Okay, hands behind you.
Yeah.
Reach. Good, now come forward. Hands should be able to drop toward the ground. Drop your head, drop your head. Good. Now roll your shoulders forward to bring the hands back up. Good. And then roll back down. Good. Roll. All right, bring it all the way up. How are we doing?
Good.
Okay. All right, let's come to your mat. And I want to move, so we're going to move. You guys should want to move too.
Yeah.
All right, you should feel a lot of like heat, warmth.
Oh, I
movement
definitely
through the
feel
shoulders. Yeah? Okay.
Good, though, good.
That was a decent amount of time there. Okay. Hands to the mat. Spread your fingers out quite a bit. Tuck the toes. Actually, untuck the toes. Practice pushing your ankles into the floor. So watch my feet, not this, this. Heels out, toes a little in. It's a little bit of a sickle in the foot, not a lot, but you're pushing the ankles down. Let's play with that. Round your ribs up like you're pushing the floor away, pick the ribs up. Suck your belly up. Can you press ankles down? Imagine dancer feet, curling toes up, pressing ankles down. Pick your knees up off the ground and hold. Good. Shoot forward. It's probably hard to straighten. Suck the belly up. If it's super hard to straighten, take your knees back. Yep. Try the same thing again. Round up, suck the belly up. Pull your hands apart on the ground. Try to feel the back of the shoulders. And then press through the tops of the feet to pick your knees up, and then shoot forward. Good. Here we go. You're going to send it back. Knees don't touch the ground. Sit way back. Shoot forward. Belly up. Then inhale back. Actually, I'm sorry. It should be an exhale back. We're going to inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one. How long can you do with belly in? Exhale back. This time you're going to go forward, and on your inhale, you're going to let your hips come down, chest come up, up dog. Okay, so if this is crunching your back, you can tuck the back toes, pull your hips further back. Or you can just walk your hands forward. Okay, lift your belly in for a second. Drop your head forward and pull your ribs in. It's like an anti-up dog. It's different. So the front of you gets really flat, and the ribs are trying to come up into your back body. Suck the belly in. Keep the hips forward. No breaking at the waist. Good, then let it come back down slowly. Belly drops, ribs drop, head up. Now, while you're trying to arc, can you pull your ribs in, knit the ribs into the body, then roll your shoulders behind them? So instead of, if you can see my ribs, instead of letting the ribs spill open, you're going to knit them back, pick up and over. All right, good. Bring your head back down. Pick your belly up, let your hips come up, knees to the ground. Sit back between your feet, hands way out in front. Knees wide enough so your ribs will fit between them. Breathe here, you can move side to side. Pressing the mat away with the right knee sends you left. Pressing the mat away with the left knee sends you right. Come back up. How are we doing?
Good.
All right, spread the fingers a lot. Think of inner spiraling your arms so that your biceps, your inner elbows turn toward each other for this one. Okay, so inner elbows facing in. Pressing down to your hands a little bit. Keep your chin tucked in. Pick your ribs up as high into the back body as you can. Suck the belly up, but don't squeeze your butt forward. It's not a tuck. Let your hips stay back. Lean forward over your hands. How high can your ribs be as you go forward? It's kind of handstand practice. Keep the ribs up. So handstand shoulders or shoulder blades off the back. Really sending ribs up high. Now to go backwards, you're going to untuck your tail. Sitting bones reach back. Ribs sit down into the shoulders. Head comes up like you're sitting into the shoulder girdle. And sit back like that. You're going to start with low body and unround now. Pick up your low belly. Push through the knees. Then the ribs pick up, then your head drops down. Your shoulders are still eating your ears at this point, so you're going to start to pull them back as your body goes forward. Pick your ribs up higher when weight comes into your hands. Keep leaning out past the hands. Let your arms out or spiral now. Biceps facing forward, inner elbows facing forward. Hold. Leaning out past your hands, but don't let your ribs dip. Keep them up there. Then reach the pubic bone back, tailbone back. Sink the ribs down. Pick your head up. Staying forward to sink. Your shoulder blades literally make a little rest for the base of your skull. Sit back. Once you're back, your shoulders are eating the base of the skull. Pick the belly up around. We're going to speed this up. You guys have it? Mm-hmm. Okay, you come forward, butt back, chest down, head up, and sit back. Round up and over. You're going to inhale when you're arcing. You're going to exhale when you're rounding. So inhale back. Exhale forward. So it almost feels like as you're arcing, your head is kind of stuffing the ribs down, shoulder blades into the base of the skull. As you're rounding it, pulling the ribs back on the shoulders, dropping the head. Good. Feel that massage for the body a little bit in the spine there? Good. Okay. Now grab your pads. Good. Home, you don't need them. we're going to sit with knees wide. If you have any trouble sitting at all, sit on a block, sit on 2 blocks. Okay? I don't care if you have to sit on your feet or sit on a pad. I would prefer the knees to be open because it's going to give you access to the medial glute and also the outer hips, but I want you to rise up. Knees shouldn't be talking to you. Ankles shouldn't be talking to you. Toes should face in, knees out on a diagonal. Upper leg and lower leg are going to try to touch eventually. Lots of people are much higher in the beginning. So totally comfortable. I don't care if it's sit on 3 blocks. Yeah? Okay. So you're going to play with body rolls here. You're going to pull the knees open a little bit and feel how that sends the hips forward. Feel how that engages your outer hips. That's what I want you to feel. When you pull the knees open, hips go forward, your sitting bones should be heavy into your surface. If you don't feel the little bones at the base of your buttocks, at the base of your pelvic floor, can dig into your surface, you need to be higher. Okay, so when you round the belly back, instead of it feeling like tucking your tail under like you're in the air, you're going to feel those sitting bones dig into your surface like they're trying to push the surface forward. When you come forward, sitting bones push your surface back, and you should come all the way toward the pubic bone. When you go back, sitting bones push your surface forward. I'd like you to touch your tailbone. So imagine the diamond. Pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones. All the way to pubic bone, all the way to tailbone. Yeah? Can you feel that? If you can't move, you need to be higher. So I don't know how many everyone's saying you need to be higher. If you're stuck and this doesn't move, you're just too tight. You need to be higher. Okay, good. Hands on your hips. Let's put the hands behind the hips, fingers facing up. If that's hard for you, it's probably because hands and wrists are tight. We'll stretch those in a second. But this also should stretch those. So you're going to pull the knees open. Feel a little bit of outer hips. Send your belly forward. And then, keeping the belly forward, pick your shoulder blades, not just back, but a little up and over the ribs. Imagine I put a limbo bar right behind your upper back where your shoulder blades are. Suck your belly in first, then go up and over that limbo bar. Pinch the shoulders, pick the ribs up. So there's a little sensation that you're leaning back, but you're pushing into your hands. Belly pulls into your hands. If your belly doesn't pull in your hands, you feel your low back, that's not it. Good, now drop your head all the way forward. Good, suck the ribs in, but don't let the spine round yet. So integrate your ribs, pull them in. Good, then start rolling into yourself. It's like a hard roll because your spine says, I don't want to round. Then you're going to roll all the way down. Now bring your hands around to the front or side. Bring elbows forward, shoulder blades forward. Drop the head into your spine. Good. The more the shoulder blades come around the front, the more the elbows aim forward, the bigger the stretch. If you can get your hands all the way into your core to shove it back and bring elbows forward, it's a lot bigger. Good. Bring hands back around. Hands to the back. Here we go. You're going to roll up. Pull the knees open. Suck the belly up. Lift your pelvic floor. Leave the head down till last. Roll shoulders up and back. Pinch upper back. Lift your belly. Lift your ribs. Lift your chin, but don't squish the back of the neck. Think up. Sides of the neck up. Good. Then pull your ribs in. Pull your head in. So that the opposite way. Head, then ribs. Roll into yourself. Okay. You guys get the body roll, yeah? It's piece by piece. Okay. We're going to add. Hands forward. How are knees and feet? Nothing should be sleeping or tingling. Okay, this is going to get more fun, right? Here we go. Reach the arms out. I want you to keep the knees open, belly forward feeling, but instead of just dumping, pick it up. So pretend your hands are still there and you're pulling into that, but keep that opposition. Then keeping that, you're going to reach the shoulder blades off the back, but you don't get to let the hips dip back, yeah? You got to keep this open, lift, and then oppose it, yeah? Now pull shoulders together. Good, reach them forward. Ribs do go back, hips just don't get to go back. And then bring them back. Do it again. Forward. Let's add breath. Inhale as your ribs open, lift your chin a little. Exhale back. Don't let the hips go too far. Inhale, shoulders back, ribs up. Exhale back. Fingers are really open. I'm trying to pull the little bones in my hand, the metacarpals apart. One more. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good. Now let the hips round. Everything rounds. Really reach the arms forward. Good. We're going to roll up slowly as if you're holding on to something. Pull the knees open. Pull the belly in. Roll up. Pull the shoulders together and then open the hands behind you. How far can you lean forward? Keep the belly in. Keep the belly in. And then start rolling back. Pull your belly back. Pull your ribs back. Keep shoulders down. Reach the arms forward. Good. Hold. Open and close your hands about 20 times. Big pulls. Really squeeze. Suck the belly back. Keep that action going. Roll up. Pinch the shoulders. Keep the belly in. Reach back. Good. Bring it back. Belly back. Pinch the shoulders. Keep reaching out of the shoulders. I'm going to say pinch the hands. Keep reaching out of the shoulders. Suck the belly back. One more time. Keep the hands going. Pinch the shoulders together behind you. Lift your belly up. Bring it back. Good. Okay, spread your fingers out. Flip your hands, palms face the ceiling. Pinky sides of your hands are going to touch. Yeah? Okay. Watch first. That's going to stay touching. You're going to pull pinkies. Pull ring finger. None of your fingers get to bend. We're really stretching hands apart. Do this a lot for like handstands, silks, whatever. Back of your hands touch. The hands pull into you. You sit up. Your belly lifts, your ribs lift, you arc the upper back. Then you press thumbs down your chest. You don't actually have to touch as you body roll back and reach out. Okay? Once we get this down, we're going to move it to speed and add breath. Flip the hands over, pinkies up. Pull with the fingers. Back of the hands touch. You sit up, elbows up, chest up, belly up. And you push out and down. Roll through the body, head down, arms reach. Flip the hands over, pinkies to the ceiling. Roll it into you. Stay with me. We're going to add the breath in a minute. Sit up, elbows up, shoulders up. Press it down. You're already getting the breath. You're going to flip it over while you're empty. Bring the fingers in. Inhale when you sit up. That's when your ribs are open. Exhale, body roll back. Reach the arms out. Stay empty. Suck the belly back. Flip the hands over. Pull the fingers. Stay empty. Stay empty. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, body roll back. Really reach out of your shoulders. You're creating your own stretch here. Flip it over. Pull fingers in. Stay empty. Suck the belly in. Sit up. Inhale. Exhale, body roll back. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch. Hold. Flip it over. Fingers in. Inhale. Exhale, body roll back. Good. How are we doing?
Good.
Nice little arms, core, everything, yeah? Okay, open it out to the sides. Arms are going to go straight to the side, feel your ribs pop, then pull your ribs in. Everybody ribs back in the body. Ribs in. Now arms go forward a little bit, feel like your shoulder blades are spreading off the back, and you go to this diagonal forward where your ribs are pulled back. Good. Now squeeze, open and close. Big pulls. It's like you're pulling in, then wrist up. Pull. Big pulls. Good. Okay, now flick out. Good. This is going to get harder. Bring it up. Pick your ribs up. Get long. Let's go up and over to the left. Make sure those right ribs open. Go up and over to the right, left ribs open. Good. You can go hand to the ground. Slide it out if you want to go further. One more each side. I don't care what you're doing as long as those ribs are opening. Good. All right, here we go. Keep your ribs open, but lift your low belly up. And then pull in. If you can have the hands behind your head here and shoulders a little down, even better. Keep the belly lifted. Do not send the belly out. Pick the belly up. 4 more. 3. Make it go. 2. Keep your belly in. Pull your ribs in. Now flick out. 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 Good. Open to the sides. Ribs back. Arms forward. Reach the arms forward. No more flicking. Just drop your head in. And hands to the mat. How are we doing? So your arms, can't miss them? Okay. So you're going to bring hands way out in front. Pick your hips up off your seat. How are the legs, feet? Nothing should be sleeping. Okay. Pick your low belly up. No, let me say that again. Push your hands to bring your ribs back first. Then pick your belly up, let your butt drop. Sit back, but don't sit and rest. Don't touch. Quads are working here. You're pushing ankles down. There should be no feet fighting it. Ankles are down, toes are up. Okay, and then unround, right there in space. Ribs forward, butt back, right there in space. Do it again. Head in, chin chases your ribs back, shoulders really apart. And then unround, right there in space. One more time. You should feel your hips here too. There's nothing that hurts your low back in any of the sequence, or else your low belly decided to go on vacation. One more time. Good. Inhaling is generally when we're arching because your ribs are open. Exhaling is generally when we're rounding because it goes with that action of rib cage depressors pulling in to empty the lungs. So inhale forward, exhale back. All right, now inhale forward and lead your belly forward and down, then sit back again. Did your knee just pop? No, okay. All right, come to elbows. Elbows open a little bit. Come forward until your hips are off your seat. Belly hangs, ribs hang. Doesn't have to touch the floor. Come forward more. So what I'm looking for is I don't want your butt behind your knees. I want it almost a straight line across from femur to femur. So if I drew a line from knee to knee, it would be pretty straight. That's what I'm looking for. Then I want elbows far enough forward so that you can hang down. We don't want to see this, where you're collapsed. Oops, sorry guys.
Want to drop it?
No, let your ribs and belly hang. Okay, drop your head. Try to leave the hips hanging, the belly hanging. Just push your ribs up. So or pull your upper abs up, head down, and push through elbows to pick your ribs up. Let your belly hang. Then slowly come back down, belly hangs down, ribs hang down. Now stay down there loose, push straight back like that. Use your elbows to push back, don't let your hips tighten and fight. Good. Come forward slowly, stay low, stay low, stay low. Good, you should be used to this enough now. All right, super easy. Open the feet. Inner feet toward the ground. Good, my belly touches, that's where it hangs to. If yours isn't touching and your knees are fighting and trying to dig a new hole in the floor, you need to put something there, I don't care what it is, that your belly can release into, okay? Or else you're just not gonna stretch, instead you're just gonna tighten everything. Okay, let's try this again, a little different position. You're gonna bring ribs up, but keep the belly hanging, and push straight back like that. That should feel different. So your ribs stay up, but you don't tuck, you don't lift the belly. Belly's still hanging, and you push straight back. Good, you guys feel the difference? Mm-hmm. Once you're there, let the ribs come back down and come forward. Good. Bring your elbows across to the left. Turn the body left. Bring that right shoulder way across. You can even reach your arm across. Pulling out of the psoas, the front of that right hip, the ribs. Left elbow pushes your ribs to the right into the stretching side, the arcing side. Then bring it back. You're going to reach across. Use the elbow that's under you. So it's my right now. I'm turning right. Right elbow supporting my weight. I'm going to push my ribs left. Push them into the arc. You guys feel that? Mm-hmm. So if you just let everything go right, so the stretch isn't there. You're going to push the ribs into that arc. Come back to center. Bring the feet in, tops of the feet into the floor. Press through the knees to come back up. Suck your belly up. And bring the knees down. Tuck the toes, hands into the floor. Spread your fingers out a lot. Now we're going to go back to that body roll, but I'm going to hope that it feels a lot different than it did before. Leave tops of the feet in the floor. Push the ribs up out of the shoulder girdle. But more than that, think of pulling the ribs up from inside the core. How high can you get your ribs? Head down, belly up, tail drops. Come forward, shoulders way past your hands, but still pushing ribs up. Then unround, butt back, belly down. Ribs come through the arms. They come down, then sit back. Low belly up, ribs up, come forward. Sink back down. Same body roll we did earlier. Only think about, instead of just pushing and pulling from the ground, think about the ribs moving within the shoulders, just like when we were sitting on your block, yeah? Mm-hmm. So think about them changing places. So as the ribs come down, shoulders go behind ribs. As the ribs come up, ribs go behind shoulders. Think about that exchange. Good, tuck your toes. Let's make it harder. Press back to down dog. Let's see that a little bit better. Let's find where that is. Sink into your deepest shoulder girdle where the shoulders pinch together because your ribs are hanging down. Then push up as high as you can. Try to find the midpoint between those two where you're holding the ribs in the joint. You're not sitting in the joint, you're not pressed as far as you can. You're right in the middle. Then pick your knees up. Then sit your butt back and push your ribs further back. Then try to press the legs back. Chin in. Breathe. Keep knees bent as long as you can. You want to feel that really long spine here. I don't even say as long as you can. Keep your knees bent as long as you want. Okay, then go ahead and start pressing one leg back. Let's push just the right leg back. Let your left knee bend. Let your left hip hang toward the floor. Look under your right armpit. Press in through that left hand. Then come back to center. Bend both knees. Press your chest back. Get into your upper back and shoulders. Press the left knee back. Really use that quad to press the knee back. Then roll to the left with your ribs. Look under the left armpit. Drop the right shoulder blade. and back to center. One more each side. Press the right leg back. Look under the right armpit. Let's add. Head in. Pick your ribs up. Pick your belly up. Round. Come back to center. Bend both knees. Push your left leg back. Look under the left armpit. Head in. Pick your low belly up. And then come back to center. Good. Press both legs back hard. Really straighten into the back of the knee. Pick your low belly up to drop your tail. Start coming forward over your hands. Ribs really high into the back body. We're going to do that same body roll we did on your knees. Butt reaches back, ribs dip down, sit back, pushing with your hands. When you're all the way back, pick your belly up, drop your head down, come forward, pressing out of your shoulders. Butt back, ribs up, and you can make it go faster if you want to roll through a little bit easier. All right, stay back there. Come up high on the ball of the feet. You're going to keep the legs really straight, knees pressing back. Do not bend your knees here. Lower your right heel and hip. Legs straight. Pick it back up. Don't let that left knee bend here. Legs straight. Lower the hip and heel. You're going to move through the SI joint. If your heel can't touch the ground, that's fine. There we go. Pick it up. The hips should stagger. Hands pull apart. Do not go into your neck. Chin in. 3 more. If you keep the legs straight, whichever side is staying up, that low belly really lifts. If you can drop into the shoulder blade with the ribs on the side of the heel that's dropping, you're going to get even more out of this. So if your left heel drops, your ribs sit forward into that left shoulder a little. All right, how we doing? Working? Come down to the knees, open them, leave your hands way out in front, sit back. Stretch it out. Okay. Some of you have been using low back and neck, so we're going to stretch out the neck. All right, come forward. Left hand in the middle of your mat. Right hand comes underneath. It reaches out to the left with your palm facing the ceiling, and you have to come shoulder to the floor. Do not sit back to bring your shoulder to the floor. You're going to go forward. Your butt should be over your knees or past your knees. Once you get that shoulder down, it sticks to the ground. Keep pushing the mat backwards with your knees. Put the side of your face as far ahead of the shoulder as you can. The left hand can be tented or flat above the head. Left hand controls the amount of stretch you have. You don't want your right shoulder pulling into the ground. You want the ground to pin the shoulder back. So you should feel a stretch in that right side of your neck, yeah? If your knees ended up too far back to be under you, you can walk in them a little. All right, let's lean toward the back of the head. So you're rolling toward the back of the head. Try to shift your hips side to side really slowly. Notice that when your hips go in the direction of the bottom arm, so if your bottom arm is the right arm, when your hips go right, there's a twist in there. Pull your low belly up to support your lumbar spine in that twist. All right, now tuck your left toes. Take that foot out to your left just to counterbalance. Really get the right head under. Left hand goes behind you. Roll to the back of your head. How far can you get to the back of your head? You're still pressing softly, but pressing with that back knee to send weight into the shoulder, pinning the shoulder back. Now watch my hips. Don't squeeze your butt and tuck your tail. That doesn't feel as good. Reach the hips back so your core is long as you twist. Good. When you're ready, slide left foot out to the left, roll to the right side of the face. Take it further forward on your mat. Keep that bottom arm really straight and strong. And then bring the foot in. Bring your left hand back to you. Press up out of it. So that stretch should wrap around the side and to the back of the right side when we're stretching, yeah? You guys okay? On the side, right hand forward, left arm underneath, shoulder to the mat. Come forward, really keeping the shoulder stuck in one spot. How far can the head pass it? Try not to bend this arm. Shoulder gets all mushy. Keep the arm straight. Hand overhead, right hand. Okay, open knees. So you have leverage to go side to side. And it's really easy to take the hips in the direction of the open arm, the right arm that's up. Taking your hips left is a twist. Good, back and forth. Go as slow as you can. Feel the upper back. The top arm is up, elbow up, so the top shoulder blade migrates behind your ribs. Bring that hand, top hand in a little closer to your head, Kara. Elbow up, there you go. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to take your right toes, tuck them, give a little kickstand with the foot, take it out to the right. Good. Tuck your chin in a little roll, more toward the back of the head. The right hand goes behind you, and you're still pushing the head further away from the shoulder on the mat. Good. You can go as far over as you want or as you can into the stretch. If your hips are tucked, it may put more force in the shoulder, but it doesn't feel as good. Spine's not as long. So you want to keep hips long so that your shoulder blades are free to move around the ribs. The top shoulder blade goes behind. Okay, slide your right foot out to the right. Come to your right cheek. Take it further off the mat, getting the side of the neck. Then bring right hand back. Push into the hand, bring shoulder up, right foot in. And come on up. How are we doing?
Good.
Good. All right. We are not tongue and shoulders. This is not really fun. Here we go. Hands in front, tuck toes. We all know where we should be in the ribs. For your down dog, push back. Hips long, head down. Feet about hip width here. Press into the ball of the feet. Come high on the ball of the feet. Press your knees back. Once your heels are up, you just took the stretch out of your calf. It should be really easy to press your knees back. Knees straight, knees straight. Press the knees back. Good. Pick your right leg straight up and back. Good. Now, keep it up there. Keep your left heel up. Bring your chest forward over your hands. Keep it up there. Keep it up there. Bring your chest forward like your push-ups in your upper body, like a plank. Then sink into the shoulders, then push back up. Sink into your shoulders. It's not a forward and back. It's an up and down in the shoulders. This one's evil. Yeah, so it's as if you were here, right? But we're not. We got other stuff going on. Okay, here we go. Press up, press back, head down. Really pick that back leg up. Lower your left heel super slow. Toes grabbing the mat. Left heel comes all the way down. Good. Press that left knee back. Breathe. All right, bring your right leg down slowly. Roll your right hip in to face your left groin. Tuck your head in, look under your left armpit, drop your right shoulder too. Suck your left low belly up, press through the inner arch of your left foot. Start lifting out of your left hip a little bit to start picking the right hip up, then roll it back up. So in other words, if you don't lift out of this left side first, you're going to squish it when you roll up and sit on top of it. Lift, then pick that right leg up. Good, roll it back down. Let's do half rolls. So you're just going to pick up out of your left low belly. Then roll right hip halfway up, roll it down. Let's just do that. Roll hip up and down. There you go. Pressing through the left leg. Good. Picking up out of your left low belly to do this. You guys feel that?
Yeah.
Now stay up there. Keep that left low belly up. Now pick the right leg up. Okay. Good. Okay. Bring it in. Bend it. No, I lied. I totally lied. You got something to do here. You're going to send your butt to the left. Turn your toes a little to the right. Outer foot in the mat. Stay with me. You guys can totally do this. Good. Bring your foot toward your shoulder. Look up here, Sharon. Oh. There you go. Butt to me more. Get to that outer foot. Hold. Good. If you're counterbalancing enough with your hip back far enough, you should be able to take one arm off the ground. There you go. It's like you're coming forward into this arm balance. It's like you're going to come here. Yeah? You just keep the leg forward. Good. Now go ahead and start bringing your leg more forward, more forward, more forward. Good, Kara. Heel to the mat, toes turn out. Press your back hip down, head up, chest up. So think up dog. There you go, Joe. Yes, forward, 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 forward. Good, good. So as your legs coming forward, your hips are a little left, your belly's pulling back, pulling back, pulling back. And then you come into it. All right, head down, head up, chest up. Try to tent the fingers. Put the mass of your upper body right above the hip so that you have all this weight coming down into that stretch. Good. Sharon, eat your blue blocks so you can be taller. Good. Roll to the outside of your right foot. Let your toes curl in a little bit. Lean over to the right. Left hand comes right. Right hand goes outside the foot.
The right foot?
Do you have your right foot forward?
Left.
You have your left foot forward. Okay, either switch feet or do that hand.
Sorry.
That was the leg you just had up. So you're going to have to do the whole sequence on the other side. So go toward that. Your hands straddle that foot. You're going to have to come to the ground for this, Sharon. You're going to put the elbow in front of the shin. Get down there with your chest so your elbows can bend like chaturanga. Pull the elbow back to send your hip back. Yep. Then bring your chest forward. Now can you pick up your back knee and hold and breathe. Keep your core really long. Your shoulders can pinch together as they roll back. Now press through the arms, press through the front leg, press the front hip back. You probably won't go to straight. Then come forward, bend the knee outside the arm. It connects with the arm again. Bend your elbows, pressing it back, roll to the outer foot. And bring it back to center. How are we doing?
Good.
Okay. Let's heel toe your right foot in. Everybody grab a block. I don't need one, but I'm going to show it to you with the block. I don't care what height it is. It can be the blue block, it can be your cork block, standard block. Put it on your left side, the leg that's back, so your right side, Joe. You probably don't need it if you can touch the ground. Okay. You're going to come upright, heel toe the right foot in a bit, so your feet, your right foot and your left knee are hip width apart. Sit forward. Imagine I put flashlights on the hips. They come straight forward. Don't let your hips turn to the left. Sit into that left hip flexor. Okay? Lean into, put the block on the wrong side. Put the block on the side of the leg that's forward. Totally lied, sorry guys. Okay, you're going to lean into your block and bring your arm up and over. Good. Don't let the hips open. Keep that shoulder turned forward. Try to turn toward the front leg. Pressing the hip forward. Okay, then try to straighten your front leg while you're in that arc. And then come back into it. Press forward. Good, so while you're in the arc, the front hip goes back. And then forward. Good, so you should feel a little massage in that hip flexor if you keep your arc. You guys feel that? Good. Okay, stay forward. You might be able to reach the ground here. If you can reach the ground here, you can do it that way too. You can go to your other foot, whatever. Okay, stay forward, come upright. Right hand onto the right leg, I'm sorry, not right hand, right forearm. Sit into this. If you are not sitting into your left hip flexor, this doesn't work. Okay, reach your left arm back. Either touch the leg, and that may be it for you, and roll the shoulder back, keeping the ribs forward, or if you can bring foot to hand, you can come up. If your hips do this and go backwards, you're not going to bring foot to hand. Okay? Yeah, you can put a pad under that back knee because it gets pretty pointy when you bring foot to hand. There you go. You almost have it. Okay, good. Press down with that front hand. Pick the belly up. Big stretch. Okay, let it go. Now turn your toes out. Heel toe the front knee open. This is different. Now we're letting the knee open outside of you. You're going to sit your back hip forward. This is 1,000 times easier. Just wanted to show you. Now your right arm comes back. You're turning toward the front knee. Let's just hold there for a second and push the front knee away. Yes. You turn your fingers in and pick your shoulder up and suck your belly back. There you go. Then sit into it. Shoulders roll back, ribs go forward. Top arm reaches for the ceiling. I'm going to stretch super long out of my right side. And then reach back from behind the shoulder blade. Then bring foot to hand. Easy, you got it. A lot easier, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you're back here, you're going to work on falling forward and open to the right. Good. Perfect. Pull your foot into your butt. You got it. Yeah. Keep the shoulder blade behind you when you pull in. Good. Let it go. Nice. Push back. Leave your foot on the diagonal. Flex. Press it forward. Pressing your left hip toward the ground. You don't have to go flat. You might be here. That's fine. You're in your hands. If you can go flat easily, close it out. Bring your foot closer and flatten it out. Okay, so you're wide if you can't go flat. Okay, you're going to lean toward the back hip.
Should I put something under me? No.
Your hands are under you. Your hands are there to hold you up. Push that left hip forward. Sit your left shoulder forward. Good. Feel that left hip flexor, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Come up and over to the other side. So if you're flat, you're kind of just rolling back and forth across your hips. Okay, now sit all the way to the outside of the right hip. Sit down. So it's going to be a long way for you, Shannon. There you go. Yep. All the way to the outside of the front hip. Bend the front knee in. Yep, that's right. Okay. Hold. Try to roll the back hip back. Suck your belly in. Sit up tall. Sit up. Belly in. And then roll forward. One more time. Roll it back. Roll it forward. Now hold the foot. Bring your foot to your hand. Roll it back. Suck your belly in. You're rounding here. Roll forward. Try to come on top of it more. Roll back. Suck the belly back. Roll forward with it. Okay, this is prep for part of king pigeon. If you're stuck, you just have to be up higher, sit on a block. All right, now bend your front foot in a lot further. Bend. And then bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Good. Now do the same thing. Now you should be able to roll. There you go. Bring it in. Good. Okay. See if you can get your hand to the inside of the foot. Yes? Yep, so I'm on the index knuckle side of the foot. Pushing it out helps roll the back hip forward, square off. Pull the shoulder blade back to bring that foot into you. Good. You can still just roll back and forth too here and just get that roll feeling through the hips. Good. Once you have it down, you can stay on top of it. Good. Okay, as this gets here, you can come in the posture where it's under the armpit. You can come all the way into your king pigeon from here, reversing the grip. Okay. All right, let's take that foot back again. Tuck your toes. Bring the front foot forward more. Even if you have to sit way out to the right. I don't care. I want this leg pretty square. And you're going to sit outside of it. We're not squared off yet. I want you to feel your IT band on the outside of the hip. Really sit into that. And then you're going to purposely roll across that. Like your femur is a rolling pin and you're kneading dough. You're rolling to the outside of the hip and you're rolling to the inside of the hip. You should feel some stuff over there sliding past each other. Like maybe that thick connective tissue IT band sliding across one of the heads of your hamstring. Maybe serratorius and top there is moving around. Yeah, you guys feel that? Mm-hmm. It's like a massage for that hip you're on. The floor is your foam roller. Your femur, I guess, is kind of your foam roller. Yeah. I don't know. All right, stay forward, square it off, tuck your back toes to get it square. It should, so let's say this again. Roll to the inside of that where all the stuff rolled to the outside, and then square it off. It should give you more room. Guys, feel that a little bit? Mm-hmm. So you basically taught some of this stuff to go outside, yeah, so that you can be on top of it more. Good. Now put the body mass ahead of it, on top of it, so that's driving it down. Good. If you want to make it bigger, which we always do, you can bring your right hand back to the foot. So you're, yep. Good, which helps you square that left hip forward more, rolling the right shoulder back. Pick your belly up. Good. Yep, you can go where Joe is. Coming down. Don't pass that heel though. Use your elbow to push yourself back, Kara. There you go. Push the right hip to the ground. Good. All right, let it go. Tuck your back toes. Super abrupt transition. Pick up your back knee. Come on. Here we go. Pick up the front leg. Turn your toes to the right. This is kind of evil. Pull your heel into your butt. Open your knee to the ceiling. Those muscles we just stretched are going to work if you keep your heel to your butt, knee to the ceiling. We are not pushing the foot behind you yet. Yes, it's forward. Good. Now straighten your leg up on that same line. Lower your left heel. Guess what? Bring the right leg forward to your right shoulder slowly. You get to play with this transition again. Eventually this transition goes right to your arm balance. All right, get to the floor. Heel toe it in. Put it inside your hand. Good. Spin your left heel in and down. Your feet make an L. Front foot is straight ahead. Back foot is totally sideways.
Did we switch sides?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
All right. If you cannot straighten your front leg without being a humpback, you need blocks under your hands. Take your hands out to your left, sitting into your right hamstring. And then move your hips back and forth with straight legs. So your hips go side to side with straight legs. If that won't happen, shorten your stance. Heel toe your back foot forward. You're moving through the SI joints. All right, back to the front, hands down, step it back. Good job. How are we doing?
Good. Pretty good.
Working?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We still breathing? So I talk too much, so I don't have time to cue your breath. So you have to remember to breathe. Come high on the balls of both feet. Legs stay straight, so your quads really pick up out of the knee and you push the knees back. Lower one hip and heel with straight legs, then pick it up. Lower the other, pick it up. If you're dropping right hip, left low belly pulls up. If you're dropping left hip, right low belly pulls up. 2 more. Breathe. That's what the breath should sound like while I'm talking. There should be this wonderful breath in the background. All right, here we go. Left leg up and back. Right heel is up. Good. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, bring your chest forward over your hands. Like you're in plank with your upper body. Come forward, come forward, come forward. Look past your hands. Sit into the shoulders and press up. Sit into the shoulders and press up. If you can't do it with the leg up, bring your knee in and do it here. Push all the way back. Bring the leg back up if you had it down. Lower your right heel to the mat. Big stretch in that right calf. Especially if your leg was as high as it could go. Because when your heel was up, your leg was allowed to go higher. Then if you drop the heel slowly, you're going to feel that stretch in your calf. Good. Bring your left leg down. Roll your left frontal hip into your right groin. Tuck your head in, look under your right armpit. Pick your right low belly up. Really sucking up right inside that hip. And then roll the left hip halfway up. Roll back down. Pick your right low belly up. Push through your right foot. Roll it up. Roll back down. Make sure you're picking up out of that right hip. Roll up. Roll back down. Last one. Roll all the way up. Hold. Send your butt to the right. Your back heel will turn a little right. Bring your leg forward. If you counterbalance enough, you should be able to balance there. Good. Slowly bring that leg forward. Stepping to the edge of the mat. Heel is turned in, toes out, and your heel is all the way to the edge of the mat. So you're really wide between front and back leg. Press your back hip to the floor, put the knee down. Good. Let's check on this real quick. Come back. Hip over knee. Okay. Roll all the way to the outside of your foot, like ankle dive, let it down. Bend your knee halfway. Okay. Let that leg just hang over there. This is how we're checking to make sure you're loose here. Keep that hip hanging into your IT band. As you come forward, all the way to your hand, lower yourself into the hands. Keep the left hip super loose. Don't let it push you right. Stay over your left hip. Good. Let's go back and forth. Lean the right shoulder forward, pressing right hip in. Then lean left. When you go left, don't let your right shoulder eat your right hip. Keep the space there too. Both hips are forward, both shoulders are forward. Good, and back. All right, good. Keep that back hip into the floor. Bring your chest up. Putting the weight of the upper body into stretching your hip flexor to the floor. Good, yes, using the block steering because you needed that extra height to accommodate the hip flexor. Good. Okay. We're going to do the easier twist first. Joe's almost already doing it. Turn toward the front leg. Press it away from you. Good. We did the second last time to your knee. Take the arm back. Reach for the foot. This is by far the more doable one. Your turn toward your knee. Now you can push out of your bottom shoulder. Okay? And then sink back into it, pushing the hip down. If you can bring the back foot in, bring it in, and roll both shoulders back. Still practicing this movement in and out of that front shoulder. You'll feel that in your hip flexor. Good, let it go. That one's much easier. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and heel toe that left foot in. Hips forward, forward, forward. Good. We use a block for this. On the same side as the front leg. Again, you don't have to. If you can easily reach the ground here without crushing your side, then that's where you are. It just depends on how far this falls. If this is up higher, then you need the block because it should be super easy to reach the floor. For me, it's artificial to be up here. I'm going to hang into the stretch here, so the floor is right there. The floor will be right there. It shouldn't be up. Oh, I'm going to try to get it. Bring your arm overhead. Keep rolling the hip forward, the back hip forward. Then press back, still reaching out of the ribs, really. And then come forward again. Good. If you want to, you can hold the outer foot when you go back. And then come forward.
I do want to.
Good, go ahead. And then you're going to inhale when the ribs are open, right? Exhale. So I don't always get this breath. Last one. Stay forward, come upright. Left arm, forearm onto the knee. Pressing it forward, still sitting to the right hip again. If your flashlights are here, they're aimed forward. They don't turn right. That's what they want to do. Okay. If you can keep that downward pressure and stay forward, your left heel pulling back, okay, you can reach back with the right hand for the right foot. Ooh, you got it. Good job.
I have to make a face.
I
have to make a face.
You have to make a face. Don't tighten the muscles in the face. Then it tells the rest of the body to be really upset.
Okay.
Okay. Breathe. All right, here's the cheat for this. Are we ready? She's just kind of doing it. First of all, shorten that stance. Bring your front foot back. You have no balance with that far away.
Okay.
Front foot back. Sit on that heel. Left hand across. Put a block there so you can be taller.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Then reach back to the foot. Yay! Okay. Once you have your balance, you can come elbow to knee. Once you really have your balance, you can do key pigeon pose. You can do a pull on this front leg. Okay, how are we going to prep for that? Let the foot go back. Press back. Bring your foot out to the side again. Now it should be super easy to sit into that lunge. Easy, easy. Okay, we don't need to redo this, but you can turn toward the front leg and pull in if you want. Now it almost feels like a massage. It's so easy. Let it go. Slide it back. Flex the front foot. You're either going to go out in a diagonal. The tighter you are, the wider this leg goes. I don't care if you're way out here in order to be, okay? And you're going to slide into your split. If you're easy in your split, you're going to close this leg in more. Yeah? Okay. If you need blocks, you can have blocks, but it's easier on the ground. There is going to be some width you can come to where you can sit into your hands. Okay. You're going to roll that back hip forward, right hip forward. So I don't care if you're in the air, you're way over here. You're pushing the right hip forward. So you're really leaning out toward the back leg. Yeah? You could eventually even twist and reach for the back leg. Sure? Okay, let's roll the other way. Sit to the outside of your hip. So yep, the higher you are, the more it feels like you are going way over here, yeah? Which is fine, doesn't matter. I need you to get to the ITV on the outside of the hip. You can put a baby bend in that front knee, okay? When your back hip rolls forward, if you keep that front knee bent out to the side, you're gonna have an IT band stretch. Roll back. Good. Don't try to pop it. You don't need to break it off, okay? But it's there. So roll the back hip forward, keep pushing the front knee down, then roll the belly back. Good. You guys feel that? You should be good. We're already kind of rolling on that hip, right? All right. Now see if you can reach for the back leg. If you can't still roll, all it means is boop, bring the front leg in tighter. If this is diagonally back, you're going to be able to roll at some point. You just may be in the air a little bit when you do it, which is fine. Okay, so at some point, you can roll. Okay, let's everybody bring the front leg in, either parallel to the top of the mat like pigeon, or further in if you need to be able to roll back and forth. You can hold the inner foot. I like the inner foot because you're pressing the foot in the direction you want the hip to roll, right? Good. I like that, Joe. That inner elbow is good. That's a good way to do it, putting it right into the crux of the elbow. Okay, so that's good stuff. We got that. Okay. If you're not on top of it yet, bring the front foot in until you can get right on top of it, like you're in a full king pigeon. So I don't care if you have to be in the air here. If you're really deep, both hips may sit, front of the right and outer left. That's the only way you should be sitting. Not here. Here, square it off. Head up, chest up. You can go for wherever you want. You put in the armpit, reach over. You can go for the full king pigeon if you want. Breathe wherever you are in the stretch. Let it go. Good. Tuck the back toes. Straighten the back leg. Pick your ribs up. Pick your belly up. Pick up the front leg. Pressing back. Head in, ribs in. We are not done with this side. Bring your leg up. Lower your right heel back. Turn your right heel to the right a little. Bring your left leg left. Hips to the right. See how easy it is now to come forward and step outside your hands.
You did pigeon yet? We did it.
We skipped pigeon?
Did we skip it or did
We didn't roll on the hip. We didn't do it as well. We can do it again. Let's heel to the right foot across and sit back down. We didn't give it as much love. We rolled, but we rolled with the back leg in. Okay, So you're gonna have this open position where you're all the way out on the IT band. Make sure you can feel that on the ground. That's like 90% of the benefit is to get all the way to the outside. So imagine those Adidas stripes on the side of your pants. You're like past that. Okay, then roll across it. Your femur is your foam roller, or maybe the ground is your foam roller, however you want to think about it. And feel from the IT band, all that connective tissue, it rolls. It kind of gets pushed to the outside of the hamstring, the double heads of the hamstring, and some of the good stuff in there. Keep rolling back and forth. There's a side to side to that. Okay, if you want to stay forward on your last one, you can turn towards your pigeon leg and reach for the back foot that way. Yeah, we definitely skipped this, the turning toward the pigeon leg. Yeah. Turn towards your pigeon leg, lean into the front hand.
What if this comes up? Can I grab the leg?
That's okay, see how it feels when you grab the leg. But get a hold of the leg and then rest back into it. Sit back. Yeah, so if you have to, then once you're there, okay, let it go. Yeah, good. And see if you can do a little more rolling here maybe. Or like Joe does, come to the elbow, that's good. Pushing back is gonna roll you to the IT band. If you need to be up higher, roll to the IT band maybe. Feel that there. All right, let it go. You can stay in your pigeon for a second. We just taught the muscles in the outer hip to go outside of the femur, outside of the hamstring. So use that. Okay, all right, hands to the mat. Bring it up. Take the leg back. Let's lower the right heel again. We get to do this transition one more time. Hips to the right. Everybody hates this one at first. I don't know why. Okay, bring your leg as close to your side body as you can. Step forward if you want to do the lunge version. And push the hip forward into the mat. Yes, if you want to go over that leg one more time, you can. Those are awesome. And good. All right, go ahead and just sit back, head in, step back. We are almost done. Now that your hips are super warm and I still have 11 minutes left, we're going to incorporate shoulders and hips. Yay. Okay, grab your strap. You need something unforgiving and a complete continuous lead. Unforgiving. It's super harsh. It's not the word I like.
Yeah.
Accommodate.
We need something that will hold your foot. Bring your blue block by your side. You don't need this if you're at home. You don't need it, period, but it kind of helps. Or it helps get out of your low back. So I would bet that a lot of people will have a sore back after doing this low back because the ability to pull your low belly up and get that spreading across your low back and really isolate it from the ribs, which is different than squeezing everything and compacting it. It's a nuance. If you don't have that, you end up going into your low back a little bit. So if that happens tomorrow, you're going to do a lot of bend your knees, let your belly and ribs hang, hold opposite elbows, and then pressing the legs back, stuff like that where you're rounded. You're going to do some of that side bending stuff, some of the stuff we started with where you're going to open your sides, things like that, where you're safe. You're not going to do any of the arcing. And then if that goes away within 24 hours, good. Next time you do this workout, hold your low belly a little bit better. Okay, here we go. So you're going to, I'm sorry, I didn't say anything. Loop around your right foot, okay? Put it down. Okay, now, you're going to use your block for balance. Put it on your left side. You may not need it. Your hand, palm is inside your strap, arm out to the side. Your collarbone rolls back. Your shoulder blade goes up and over the ribs, then back. You're going to bring the knee up, so you may want to pad under the knee because we're on a wood floor, and then the elbow comes up. If you're pulling like hell here, if you're pulling a lot in your bicep, this does not work out. It needs to be a reaching back, spreading across your pec, and then a little bend, and your elbow comes up. Yep, good. Now lean into your block. Stretching that right side. Think of your elbow going up and over and behind your head. Leave the knee on the ground. Yeah. Now, bend your butt back, or your hips back, I guess. Suck your belly up. Belly, like I'm hollow here. Good. Keeping the belly back, can you round over to the left? Good. Feel how you just let your low back go when you pull the belly back, guys? That's what I'm talking about. If you don't have that down, stuff's really difficult. Belly back. It's not butt back, belly back. There you go. And shoulder over. Okay. Bring it back up. If you have your balance, maybe you can go both hands back. Suck the belly back to drop your tailbone down. Send your chin forward, ribs forward. Good. All right, let it go. Now this part's really fun. Okay. Bring that block out in front. Again, you may not need it. When we did that side stretch, if you didn't need the block, you won't need it now. Okay, so you're gonna shift your weight into that right hip, step your left foot forward. Your feet, foot and knee, I guess, are hip width apart, flashlights facing forward. You're gonna slowly come forward into that. You should be able to get this knee over your middle foot. If you're back here, you're not gonna have the balance, it's not the same. So you wanna get that knee over the metatarsals, the part of the foot you can balance in, yeah? Okay, same thing with this arm, it reaches way back. Your left hand can stabilize on your block or it can hug your right knee in, and then you're gonna reach your elbow up again. Good, how are we doing? Yeah?
Good.
If it's easy, walk back. Yes. Okay, now lean up and over towards your block or toward the ground, keeping just the right hand on there. Good, suck the belly back, turn to face the right hip. Good, bring it back up. See if you can reach both hands back. Eventually, you're just going to go for the foot. Breathe, keep the belly lifted, keep the ribs pulling into the back body. Knees hug together, help you lift out of your low belly. And then let it go. Good, tuck the toes, press back, step back, low back relief, feet mat width, bend your knees. Let me say that better. Straighten the arms, make sure you've got weight in your hands or put blocks there. Or widen your feet, any of those or all of those. Okay, then bend your knees, let your ribs sink, let your chest and head come down, and then, if your head's touching the ground, heel toed in, then you're gonna let your elbows hang, shoulders hang. Maybe you can start re-straightening the legs without tensing everything in your hips. Good. Breathe. Okay, hands to the floor, tip the fingers, and just shift your hips side to side. Let your SI joint move. How we doing? Good. This is your low back release. This is what you do tomorrow. When your low back says, hey, remember when your upper back bending? I got involved too. I didn't like it. Okay, come back down. Here we go, side two. You guys are almost done. Good. Okay. Okay, so lasso your left foot in your strap. Bring your block back for balance if you liked it. It does help if you lean into that. It helps you get the low belly control you want. Because now you don't have to focus so much on balancing.
Right.
And then you can release some things that may otherwise have been holding you upright. Okay, so you're going to reach the arm back, the chest opens, your pec attaches from collarbone, ribcage, and it goes across to this upper arm. So if that stays tight when we try to roll through the shoulder, it's not going to work out very well. You're going to kick it back. Then bring elbow up. Yes. Good. Right hand to your block, lean up and over into that. And then pull your right hip back a little bit. Sit this hip back. That'll get you out of your low back. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Drop the head and suck the belly back. Good. You want direction, Joe?
No.
We're good? Okay. All right. Keep reaching the left elbow up, but sucking your right low belly into that concave. So how that supports your low back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Good. Okay. Leaning up and over into that right block while your right hip pulls back. Drop your head in. Then try to pick it back up, arm reaching back. Come to the middle, keep the belly. If both hands can go back, let them. Make sure you're not sticking your butt out. This is all low back. This actually hurt. Low belly in, ribs up. You gotta keep a little core for balance too. This can't just hang out. Integrate your ribs just a little bit. How we doing?
Awesome.
Good, okay. Block out in front if you use it for this side bend we did earlier. If you needed this block, you're gonna use the block again. If not, you won't. Okay, so. All right, hips forward, flashlights forward, right foot steps. You just shifted your weight a little left. You're gonna sit straight into that, keeping those hips square. How are we doing? Reach the arm back, shoulder back. You can already have contact with your block or the floor. Elbow comes up. Good. Now start out, you can hold this wherever you want. Start out by rolling up and over to the right. Even open your right knee a little bit to drop your right hip back. So lean into your block. Yeah, feel like you're on your low back there? And the more you feel like you're in your low back, the more you should be forward. Yeah? Feel how when you go forward, it opens your ribs more, gets you out of your low back?
Yeah.
As you get better at it, you can integrate the ribs. Then you can walk back because you have this feeling of lifting out of the hips, lifting, you've got that limbo bar in your upper back, you're going up and over, and you're keeping the front ribs integrated. Good, wherever you are, you're gonna hold and breathe. Hold the knees in, lift the belly up, pull the ribs into the back body. Good, and let it come down. Good. Tuck the back toes, press back, head down. Pull the front foot in, a little bit of low back love. And we're gonna end with this. I like this. It's a short sequence and I only have 3 minutes, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay, let's do feet wider than mat width. If you need to turn and face me so your feet will stick to your mat, you can. Okay, wider than mat width, heels wider than toes. Pressing the mat out to the sides from the inner heels. Toes are diagonally in. Bend your knees a little bit, let your ribs drop, let your head drop. Maybe it even touches the ground. Okay, then re-straighten the legs, ribs stay dropped. Left hand, fingers face right in the middle of your mat. Right hand reaches under the left hand for the left ankle. It's a twist. And then drop your head, pick your left elbow up as you pull your right elbow across. If you want to go further, you can start walking that hand toward the opposite foot. Switch. Right fingers face left. Left hand underneath the right. Pulling with your bottom arm into that twist. Pick your top elbow up to the ceiling, getting that shoulder blade behind you in your twist. Maybe you can walk it further. Breathe. And back to center. Heel toe in a little bit. Maybe 1 or 2 little heel toes. Drop your ribs, drop your chest. Hold opposite elbows. If you're touching the floor, it's okay. You won't be soon. Okay? All right, holding opposite elbows, you're going to pick your shoulders up away from your ears. Your forearms come toward your forehead and then drop back down. Do it again. Pick the shoulders up. Shoulder blades come behind the ribs and then hang down. Pick the shoulders up, hang down. Bend the knees, let the back loosen. Good, hands to the floor, heel toe in a little further. This is going to get hard. Okay, hang back down. Now your elbows probably won't touch the floor. Maybe they still do. You're inside the lines of your mat now. Pick shoulders up away from your ears. Hang back down. Good. Feel how the weight of those shoulder blades hanging pulls your spine longer? Yeah. Now unlock your knees and do the same thing. Pick the shoulders up. When they hang down, really let your ribs come down between the thighs. Good. All right, heel toe in a little further. This is going to get really big in your hamstrings. I want you to feel it up high. If you feel it in the back of your knees, no good. You're both pulling connective tissue and fascia. Unlock the knees. It'll go up higher. Okay, here we go. Hold opposite elbow, switch. If you have the same hand on top the whole time, switch hands. Pick the shoulders up, ribs down to the floor, then let them drop back down. Shoulders up, which pulls your ribs down. If you feel that, let them drop down. One more time, shoulders up. Reach them down. This is your last one. Heel toe your feet in. Heels are not going to touch, but toes almost do. Okay, this is hard. This is going to get hard. Let's do one flat back. Just on 2 fingers. And then pulling the belly forward, ribs forward. Come down as long as you can. Think of those lower floating ribs coming down. Hold opposite elbows. Big shoulders up away from ears. And then reach them for the floor. Unlock your knees. Let your ribs rest on your thighs now. Last 2. Pick shoulders up. Reach them down. And then try to press one knee back at a time. And then bend. Keeping those ribs in contact with the thigh that's not pressing back. All right, hands to the floor, heel toe apart, and just move hips side to side easy. And that little alarm tells me it's time for us to lay down. Okay, go ahead and make your way to sitting. And we are going to end with some props. If you don't have these at home, it's okay. You're going to grab an orange bolster if you have it, put it under your legs. If you have pillows or something at home, you can put it under your legs. Then this little purple ball is really, really squishy. It's like if you have a soccer ball or something at home, you have to halfway deflate it. Okay, and you're gonna put that behind the back, elbow under, and try to lay it back over it. Just let your arms go back. If it hurts your low back at all, that means you need to roll down the ball. The ball needs to go up your back. If your head won't reach the floor or it's really crunched, you need a pillow or a block under the head. Okay? All right. How are we doing here?
Good.
This should feel good, not bad. Yeah? Reach your arms overhead. Stretch, inhale. As you exhale, pull your arms to the ceiling. Straight up. Spread your shoulders off the back. Reach for the ceiling. Pick your head up. A little bit of core. And then come all the way up. Good. Hop your hips forward. So the ball just rolled up your spine. You came down it. Hands can either go behind your head or to the floor. Lay back again. Reach, inhale. Exhale, arms reach up. Reach the shoulders off the back. Head comes up. Reach, reach, reach. Suck the belly down. And then lay back. Hands to your head, roll it up. Walk the feet under you, hop forward again. Good, last one, back of the neck on the ball. Your chin will be up a little bit. Reach the arms back. Let's reach out to the sides. Inhale. Exhale and reach back one more time. Good. And then one more little roll forward. Now the ball's all the way back under your head. So we just worked it up the spine. Usually I'd take a lot longer in each position, do a little bit more rolling up and down, but we spent a lot of time. So now the ball's just under your head, chin down, neck should be able to drop back. Let's pull the bolster under your hips. If you don't have a ball at home, pillow under your head, pillow under your hips. Okay, your ball should be back far enough that when you pull your knees in, your spine's still long. Hands come under the heels. Pick your feet up. Softly pull the feet down towards the mat. The elbows are kind of in the backs of your legs, pulling them down. Chin in. This should feel good in your low back. If you need regular happy baby hands with elbows inside the legs and hands outside the feet, you can do that too. So either hands under the heels or hands on top of your ankles. Either one. I like hand under the heel for this part. Right leg goes forward, right arm goes back. Left knee tips toward the floor. You're going to press down through right heel a little. Slide it away from you. Try to fully straighten the leg. So your quad straightens the leg. So the lower leg lifts to the height of the upper leg, the femur. Then your glute kind of pulls that down. And your right arm is reaching back so those ribs are open. Breathe. And bring it back in. Bend the knee out to the right. Hand under the heel or just regular happy baby hand. Left leg forward, left arm back. Let that right knee dip down as much as you can next to you. Let the right hamstring release. Reach the left leg forward, left arm back. You can spread, flint the toes, point or flex the foot, whatever you want to do. Chin back, neck back. The buoyant ball lets you push neck back and open the ribs more. And bring it back in. How are we doing?
Awesome.
All right, good. Let's go ahead and bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana on your back and release the fingers. Elbows up, away from the shins, out to the sides, and pull your feet up, away from the butt. They don't have to go all the way up to your head or anything, but they're just trying to go away from the butt. Let your knees fall toward the ground. Let your low back release. Maybe a little rock side to side. This is another good thing to do if your low back says, why did you back bend me instead of just the upper back tomorrow? Good. All right, and then press the bolster out from under your hips. Don't push it too far away. It should be close to you, but far enough that your heels can drop off the back of the bolster. Arms go up, shoulders relax into the floor, and then your arms get to reach back. Take your right knee across towards your left ankle. Reach that hip forward. This is going to stretch the psoas. It should stretch the back of the right hip. If you keep your left knee to the ceiling, it's going to let the back of the right hip go more. Push through your left leg to come back. Drop your left knee across to the right ankle. Right knee still facing the ceiling. Push your right foot to come back. Good. You guys feel that in the back of the hip and in the psoas. Psoas is here in the front, serratorius running down the leg. Push your left leg to come back. One more each side. You want to go deeper here when we're going left knee to the right. Right ankle can cross over that knee. Suck the belly down. Pull your left knee up into the right foot if you're there. Right leg comes back and pushes to go back. Right knee across. Left ankle to right knee. Crossing that leg over to pull down. Left knee, or sorry, right knee pulls up softly into that and the hip sits back if you're sitting the butt back. Then reach it long. Uncross. Good. We're going to take corpse. You can put legs over the bolster if it feels good to your low back. It should kind of get your tailbone longer. Feet are dangling in the air, bolster behind the knees. With or without your purple pillow, let's take one arms overhead reach and inhale, letting your ribs open and just stretch out of the ribcage. And then exhale, let everything go. Find your happy place for your arms. Good. One more easy breath. Last thing we're going to do is engage muscles in the face. Roll eyes back in center, looking at the back of your third eye in the middle of the forehead. Little baby clench in your jaw for a second. Deep breath in. Hold. As you exhale, let the jaw go. Let the eyes spread away from center. Feel a spreading in the muscles in the brow. Feel a spreading across the base of the tongue and jaw. Let it. Start deepening your breath again. Let the ribs rise. Think your chin down, back the neck pressing down, sternum up. And let it go. If you're at home, take your time. Just cut it short and take off. And roll to one side to sit up. Stacking hips and shoulders. Top leg reaching. Come all the way up. However you want. Take your time. How are we feeling?